East Kilbride scored by number 10, Kirsty.
We had to start a new meeting, so we need to send in the new details for it. So we need to send James a text with the new details. So we've got a camera and so is it on my set up?
Thanks for talking to us tonight, David. Just to begin with, could you just give us an overview of the game?
Yeah, obviously disappointed not to come away with anything over the piece. East Kilbride are obviously one of the top teams in the league, with dangerous players, and they can hurt you at its key moments in the game, and I think that's probably what happened. The first 5 minutes losing the goal, and then the last 5 minutes just before half time, we switched off, and you can't give these players time on the ball to turn and shoot, because they'll punish you. They're good quality players that possibly could still be playing at a higher level. So we maybe showed them a wee bit too much respect in that sense. We were letting them turn and get at us. So I think over the piece though, we did play on the front foot. We pressed them high and got success from that, but just didn't really capitalise on some of the chances that we created particularly in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. It was quite an admirable performance by the boys, especially considering there was a few starters usually that were absentees tonight. But overall, how proud can the boys be after tonight's performance?
They can be extremely proud. You know what I mean? That all the coaching staff are right behind them and proud of the efforts that they give us every single week. And you can't fault them for effort and application. You know, the amount of distance that they do cover is phenomenal. So yeah, it's a wee bit being a bit more clinical in the final third, and then not switching off at the key moments defensively that's been costing us this season. And obviously that was the same today. But if you take away those 5 minutes at the beginning of the game and 5 minutes before half time over the piece, we've played really well. We've knocked the ball about. We've moved them. We've shown composure at the right times. We've tried to stretch them at the right times, and then in the final third, we've created chances, but just not really capitalised on them and been clinical with the chances that we have had.
Yeah, you mentioned a couple of times there that we took an early goal into the game, conceding within the first 5 minutes. But how much of a factor do you think that was on the final result and the rest of the game?
Oh, it's massive, we do keep shooting ourselves in the foot sometimes by losing these goals in the first 5 minutes. There's reasons for it. We do have players out. Most teams are struggling just now with COVID, so we can't use that as an excuse. But then it might take you 5-10 minutes to grow into a game, and that's what happened. But by that time, you're behind the 8 ball a wee bit, and you're having to chase the game, and it allows them to sit deeper and then go and hit us and expose us when we're trying to push forward. So yeah, you obviously have to start well. It's key in any game at any level. You don't want to be having to come from a goal down, and then certainly when it goes 2-0 and 3-0, you can't let it affect your belief. You still have to believe you're going to get it back into the game.
Yeah, just to finish this off, that was our last game of the year. You've been with us for 6 months now. Can you just summarise your time at the coach so far, just reflecting back in the season so far?
Yeah, probably a snapshot was tonight's game of how the season's gone. We've been playing some great football. We've been playing teams off the park at times, but the key moments where we're losing games, losing goals, results in obviously defeats. But at the same time, when we have turned it on, and we always tend to do well against the teams higher up in the division, we've managed to put on a good show and score goals and defend well. So it's not clicked for whatever reason consistently over the season, but in spells, the boys are doing everything that we're asking them to do, and it's now just about being a wee bit more streetwise at certain times, and just grinding out results at times. But at the same time, we're also aware that our qualities are on the ball and using our pace at certain times to go and break teams down on the break. So we have to keep sticking to our guns, and the boys keep believing in it. And they showed with that performance for the majority of it that they do still believe in it. So we just have to keep going and believe that we're going to get up the league.
Right, that's us, David. Thanks a lot.